Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Ever since Nnamdi Kanu came back, it has been one conspiracy theory, one news or the other. But right now, Nigerians are wondering why, how come how was it possible, that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra they were able to get him despite the so strong security personnel he had attached to him. But as we speak, a lot of conspiracy theory has come up, and a lot of Nigerians are doing permutations and reactions. We have about 4 news. We're going to quickly merge them all into one so they can understand where we are coming from and where we may likely be heading to based on the information that are quickly coming up. Firstly, the British High Commission have actually decided to speak over the Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, and of course, more conspiracy theories are beginning to come up over the country he was arrested, the state he was arrested in that country, and how they were able to lure him out. Before going to the news proper for the analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Although a lot of prominent persons are beginning to link Asari Dokubo to the whole scenario. It's a big conspiracy theory. But let's look into the news very quickly. Let's start with how he was, brought into the picture and how this whole thing began. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was lured to a location in an African country with a promise of cash donation in millions of dollars. The Ipob leader, who was facing charges bordering on treasonable felony following his campaign for the secession of Republic of Biafra, had left the country in 2017 after a military action codenamed Operation Python Dance targeted his family house in Abia State. Where security sources informed the cable that the operation to rearrest and put him back on trial had been ongoing for a while until success was recorded on Sunday, June 27th. He was not arrested in UK. Okay, he was also not arrested in Brazil. He was not arrested in Czech Republic. He was not credited either, contrary to speculations, the source said. The Nigerian government has not named the country where Kanu was arrested, with Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, just saying he was intercepted and extradited to Nigeria. However, The Wild, an online newspaper, reported that the interception took place in Ethiopia, where it said Kanu had been living for a while now. These days, specifically named Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia, as the location. The cable learned that Kanu was tracked through some members of Ipob who were recently arrested following a massive military operation in the southeast. The security agencies walked through the links to give Ipob leader the impression that he was going to be given some millions of dollars in cash donations to the organization. He was said to have decided to collect the money himself because of the huge amount involved. Kanu even kept his associates in the dark about his mission, according to the security sources, who said the top hierarchy did not even know his whereabouts on the day he was arrested. He had been having a crisis of confidence with some of his lieutenants over financial matters. On arriving at the location where he was to collect the donation, he was arrested by that country's security agencies and Interpol, and his extradition was expedited, the source said. This has brought an end to the long-running episode since he left Nigeria while on bail. His trial is to be expected to resume on July 26th. Now that is quite strange, judging the fact that he had quite a lot of lieutenants and security personnel attached to him that were willing to even put their life online over him. But let's find out what people are saying concerning the issue of Asari Dokubo. Conspiracy theories coming up, and Asari also seemed to be in the picture as well, allegedly so anyway. Well, Reno, a former aide to ex-president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, has suggested a Nigerian who may have been responsible for the rearrest of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Onkre suggested that Asari Dokubo, an Niger Delta militant, may be linked to the Kanu's rearrest by the Nigerian government. The former presidential aide recalled how Dokubo threatened to bring Kanu down a few weeks ago. In a tweet, Uncle wrote, exactly 2 weeks ago, Nnamdi Kanu quarreled with Asari Dokubo, and Asari promised to deal with him. He even swore on the Quran. Asari's exact words on June 14 were, I will surely bring you down. And now this, is it a coincidence? Don't make unnecessary enemies. Dokubo has been against IPOB leader following a fallout between them. The fallout between the former Niger Delta warlord and Kanu was due to ideological differences on agitation for Biafra. Following their fallout, Dokubo had created a Biafra customary government, that's BCG. While while describing him as a thief, using the agitation for Biafra as a business, Nnamdi Kanu, I am not in your category, but for this I will surely bring you down. I will destroy this evil empire that is working as a hindrance to the restoration of Biafra. Dokubo had threatened. Still also in the news, a lot of things are happening, my brothers and sisters. Still in the news, the British High Commission have also decided to speak up. While the British High Commission has spoken on the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Dean Hollock, a spokesperson of the British High Commission, said that while they can confirm Kanu's arrest, he was not picked up in the United Kingdom, where he is based. Abubakar Malami, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, have told journalists in Abuja that Kanu was picked up on Sunday due to the collaborative effort of the Nigerian intelligence and security services. According to Hulok, Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested in UK for extradition purposes. Well, the information is actually coming up very quickly. That's actually in an African soil. Plenty of persons have been shouting, no, it's actually in Brazil. Some person said, no, it's in Japan. Another person, no, it was actually in Germany. Said, but UK have come to debunk it, said it was definitely not United Kingdom. They didn't do that. He was not in United Kingdom, and they didn't get him out of United Kingdom. So that rules out United Kingdom. And now, collaborative effort of the big wings and the media houses are now saying, look, based on sources here and there, it was found out, okay, although it was not from Malami, but it was found out from one or two investigations that it was actually based in Ethiopia, in particular Addis Ababa, and some persons are saying based on in one or two informations from the security personnel, how they were able, all right, to get reliable sources, reliable information from members of IPOB, that they were actually scrutinized, and they were able to, come up with this issue of donation for the growth of IPOB. Don't forget that they've been, looking at actualizing Biafra, which means they need all the donations they can get to get the things moving. But personally speaking, I would have thought he would have trusted we should have one or two very loyal persons that should have gone to pick up the money if this whole conspiracy theory is true. He shouldn't have gone there himself. It should have been somebody, trust someone enough to do it. Okay, if there's a donation, then by all means, there should be people there should be a line of order, okay, a reporting order, so that you get through this place, you go through this place until finally gets it. There's some things leaders should not even be found doing, for respect and hierarchy's sake. Well, that's we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section. What's your take with all this bringing up conspiracy?